It's fucking way too early for this shit. Look at this. My pumpkin's still over there. Fucking way too early. Alright. It's Thursday. This lighting's shitty. It's fucking dark at 5 now, so I can't, like, film in my car anymore. We went to my Goodwill, and I grabbed 2 things. Interesting note, my Goodwill, the one I call the shit... I don't remember what I called it exactly. The shitty Goodwill. Dropped all of their pricing on their media, so I was able to get 2 DVDs for $1.09 a piece. The first thing, which thought I was going to pay $3.09, and I was still okay with paying that for it. This being Escape Room, which just came out. I think this is a 2019 film. Yeah, Escape Room DVD. It's opened, but it has a digital code, and I am hoping that works. So yeah, $1.09 for this, and I love. Oh man, I don't know her name. She's from Daredevil. She's like my favorite thing about that show. She's fucking gorgeous. Escape Room. I have a thing for redheads. Don't ask. No, my wife doesn't have red hair. Don't tell her. Escape Room for $1.09. And this next thing, fucking weird, like intriguingly weird. That is Kung Fu, and this is the legit title of this movie. Rub and Tug Massage. This is a 2-pack DVD. Brand new, factory sealed for $1.09. So, yeah, this movie with the lighting, I don't know if you can quite see Rub and Tug. It's a 2-pack I've never heard about. So, this will be interesting, I'm sure. Yeah, let's see if you can get a good shot. Yeah, Kung Fu Rub and Tug Massage. And that guy looks, I thought this was a Sacha Baron Cohen movie. It's totally not. That's just some fucking guy. So interesting. I don't know if I will sell this used, new, or not. I don't think Rick recommended popping it open and watching Rub and Tug. It's just called Rub and Tug. It says it right on there. Rub and Tug. This is I will read you the synopsis. Will Conrad be able to stop the girls from giving their customers a little something extra? Come and see. Interesting. I don't know. I really don't know if I want to subject myself to this. I feel like I've heard about Kung Fu, but never Rub and Tug Massage. So, cool. 2 DVDs, $2.09, or $1.09, so $2.18. Pretty cool. I wish I would have grabbed more titles had I known about their media. I think they had 4 Christmases in there on DVD. I probably would have snagged that one. Just because I've never seen 4 Christmases and people swear by it, and not a Vince Vaughn fan, but I'm a Reese Witherspoon. I think she's in that fan. So, anyway, this lighting's shitty, so I don't want to record too long. Just wanted to show you my Goodwill findings. Alright, it is Friday? Yes. Today, after work, I got my Rick and Morty blanket there from BBG. Thank you, BBG. Friday after work, I went to the Goodwill. I went back because I don't know if I said in the last pickup, the one where I was in the car, was really dark, like 3 seconds ago you saw it. They marked all their stuff. I call it the shitty Goodwill. They had their stuff was always $3.09. They marked it down to $1.09. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought about picking these up, even for $1. And I never pick up stuff like this before. So I went back to my Goodwill, and I grabbed 2 DVDs. The first one is Brian Regan, Standing Up, and it still has the $3 tag, but they only charged me $1.09. I owned this for the longest time. I really like Brian Regan's stand-up. I want to check this out now. A second or third or fourth. I used to watch this I think even in middle school. Like, it's been a minute since I watched this. But I used to have the DVD, and it might still. Like, I haven't looked through my DVDs. But for $1, I don't think I do. I watched my own YouTube videos this week to see if I had this. The Standing Up special. I thought it was hilarious. I really like Brian Regan. And the second one is the same. It's Brian Regan. Hold on a second. Epitome of Hyperbole. I haven't seen this special. So 2 Brian Regan special. This one is also $1. I don't usually buy stand-ups. My wife actually absolutely hates stand-ups, so I don't think she'll watch these with me. I think they're about an hour a piece. They're actually, from what I remember, decently family friendly. Let me get a better shot there. There you go. So yeah, I mean, $1 a piece. If I watch them once, great. Oh well. And then I can give them to somebody, sell them back. Who cares? $1.09 for 2 Brian Regan titles. That was my Friday. That's all I ran in there for. I thought about getting Four Christmases, but I thought, between now and Christmas, I'm sure someone on Hulu, I have Hulu Live, so someone on TV is going to be airing Four Christmases, and I'll just record it. I don't think I want to pay $1 for that. I don't like Vince Vaughn. I don't think I'm going to like the movie, but based on, I think it was a live stream from Sin No Sickness, everybody was like, oh, it's not that bad, you should give it a watch. So I'm gonna try to watch it again, and hopefully I can make it through it the whole time. So, yeah, that was my Friday. Alright, it is Saturday night. Gonna do all my reviews now because I've been slacking. Watched quite a few movies this week. Sunday, last Sunday, I watched, man, are those like bags under my eyes? I'm tired. Last Sunday, my wife and I sat down at home with the daylight savings time. We were up kind of early, and we got to sit down and we watched all 5 Terminator movies in one day, and it was excellent. I had so much fun. I like when I get to sit and get something done to the point where I'm like watching all these shows. Oh, there's my Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty back tonight. I'm so excited. But we'll talk about that later and probably next week. So I do own the Terminator Anthology on Blu-ray, which is how I checked out the first 4 films. Even though T2 is on 4K, I don't own it yet on 4K. When you have a nice set like this, I don't want to fuck it up. So, buy something solo. So first we're going to talk about T1. Don't pay attention to that one. T1, this is going to suck. T1. I like Terminator 1. I think the premise is amazing. It started a whole franchise. It's great. The effects don't hold up. I really, they were kind of cheesy. We were giggling a little bit about that. But the premise is still awesome. Arnold Schwarzenegger is just this badass, comes to kill Sarah Connor, and Kyle Reese tries to stop him. I mean, if you know anything about the Terminator movies, you know this film, the plot line. So, first Terminator was great. It's not my favorite. It's not even my second favorite Terminator film, but we'll get into that. Still awesome. I think I gave it 4 stars. And then, we'll talk about the one I already showed accidentally. Well, not accidentally. Talk about T2. Man, I think I saw this. I don't know if I saw it first, but it's the one I've seen the most. The second Terminator movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. I remember as a kid blind buying with your allowance or however you get money as a fucking kid, I can't remember. Blind buying the extended cut of Terminator 2 with the big skull, the eyes, the DVD with both the theoretical and the director's cut, and I watched that for the first time with my brother, just going in blind, didn't know anything about the franchise, and I loved that movie so much, and that's what got me into T1 and eventually T3. By the time I had watched it, T3 had come out, and I didn't know about it. But I've watched T2 so many times. In my opinion, Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie is like the epitome of cool. He is such a badass. Everything he does with the song and the glasses and the shotgun, and it's so fucking cool. And I wanted to emulate him to an extent. Back then so bad, and I just wasn't Australian or in shape or an adult, so I couldn't. But man, I can't get over how much I love this movie. And even probably my 80th rewatch with the wife, and we both agreed like easily the best Terminator movie. I couldn't say enough about it. If you haven't watched it in a while, give it a rewatch, man. It is, I'd say, spectacular. I think I gave it 5 stars. And then we'll talk about, I think, one of the more underrated movies. You got T3 over here with the female Terminator. T3 is I watched them in order, not in order. I watched T3 next after I went back. So I watched T2 just going in blind as a kid. And then I watched T1, and then T2, and then T3. So at that point, they were in order. I liked T3 a lot. I think personally, in my book, it would go T2, T3, T1. I like the T3 story a lot. It's got good,
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. I didn't say Alexa. Arnold Schwarzenegger's role in that, I like it a lot more than his role in the first one. I'm not saying the first one's bad at all. It's probably a better story. Personally, my personal opinion, I like T3 better. I don't really find anything wrong with it other than I think John Connor comes off like a meth head, and my wife was like, no, I think he's cute. Sorry, and I was like, no, dude, I think the whole time I've seen this movie, like all 17 times, I'm like, did they make him look like a meth? I just thought he looked dirty. But it could just be the actor. Maybe it's the skin. Who the fuck knows? The gorgeous TX, she's awesome in it. This killer robot and the stuff she does, and I don't know. I liked it, man. I really liked T3, which is not the case for the next one, which was T4, Terminator Salvation with Christian Bale in the future as John Connor. This one I think gets, way down on my list simply because it felt more like a war movie. Not saying that's a bad thing, but war movies are probably one of my least favorite genres. Not a war movie guy at all. So it felt like that. There's one of my favorite cameos in a movie of all time towards the end, but that's what saves the movie for me. But even on a rewatch this time, I found myself more paying closer attention and liking it more. It's still not great. I think I gave it 3 stars. I gave T3 4 stars, if that helps. I think I give it an even 3 stars. It saves it towards the end, and I like Christian Bale as John Connor. And they recast his wife, I think, as Bryce Howard. Is that her name? She's awesome. So yeah, that does it for the OG Terminator box set. There you go. Anyway, and then we get to on 4K, and this came from Rick from Down to Movie snagged this for me at his local Walmart, or a local Walmart to him. So thank you again to Rick for grabbing me this. Terminator Genisys. I rewatched it in 4K. This one starring, that didn't sound good, Emilia Clarke as Sarah Connor. This one, a lot of what this film does bothers me. I don't like the recast, which I know they had to, but I don't like it. I don't have to. I don't like the arbitrary dicking with the timeline, which I talk about more in my Letterboxd review. So hopefully spoilers, if you haven't seen it, don't listen. But it's not going to matter. They dick with the timeline, and they don't need to. They revert to Judgment Day happening in 77, 75, 77, and in T3 it was established that it was 2003, but then it never matters, and I don't understand why they had to do that. It just retconned something that didn't need to be retconned, because then they go to 2017 anyway. So it's like, fucking why arbitrarily dick with things? And then the Genisys, I think the spelling of Genisys, I don't know, does this bother anyone else? Like, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Old guy Arnie was kind of cool. Other than that, I mean, the film is what it is. After you get past that, I thought the John Connor twist was really cool. I like Jason Clarke, is I think his name. He's awesome. And some of that stuff was cool. The movie gets a pass. I gave it 3.5. Emilia Clarke's awesome. I don't mind the guy who plays Kyle Reese, who would eventually become Captain Boomerang. So, I mean, can't say much about it. Not my favorite. And then, I don't know if I should do these in order. You know what? I might as well. Tonight, Saturday night, my mother-in-law came over to watch my son. My wife and I got to escape for a while, which is awesome. And then we saw Dark Fate. And I talked to Rick a lot on the phone, and I talked to him the other day when he saw Dark Fate. And he told me, you'll know 10 minutes into this film whether you're going to like it or not. And he was completely right. I don't think it even took 10 minutes. You'll know as soon as the title sequence, between when the movie starts and when the title shows up, you'll know whether you like this film. And I did not like how the direction they took that film. I don't want to go into crazy spoilers. I don't know how many people have. I know 2 or 3 of my viewers at least haven't seen it yet. I don't know if they plan to. But they just, they go in a different direction, and I found myself struggling to care for the longest time. Arnold is still in it, but he doesn't need to be. Linda Hamilton is Sarah Connor in the film, and she doesn't need to be in the film. And the direction they take is okay. There's way more Spanish in the film than it should be. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I was like, why is this necessary? And just the characters, the new characters, and I don't know if they're starting a reboot, I don't know if they're starting a refranchise, just don't. It sucked. I don't care if these characters live or die. Like, I don't know. I'm struggling really hard on my rating system. Salvation got a 3, and that was my least favorite. Dark Fate is now my least favorite. It would go T2, T3, T1, T5, T4, T6. Like, that's how I'd rate them. But I don't know whether to give it, because I liked a lot of the action sequences. I liked some of the Arnold stuff, even though even that part was unnecessary. Like, his plot twist and his storyline so much of it sucked. I can't hate on it too much because I enjoyed the film, but I also enjoyed in my mind, like, man, you can pick every part of this movie apart. So I'd say 2.5 is more than generous, which is what I think I gave The Hustle, and I hated that too. So, but it's not bad. The effects are great. I just think I didn't agree with what they did, and I think 2.5. I think 2.5 is where it's sitting. But that was Saturday. I'm going out of order with my reviews. Next up, last Monday, got to sit down with the wife and watch something that wasn't Halloween, finally. Got to watch Stuber on Blu-ray. Man, this was a fun ride. I liked this movie. I thought it was a little slower. Of course, my expectations going in are, this is Batista and, I don't want to butcher him, the dude from Silicon Valley. Rick told me this is great. This is going to be good. And for a while I was like, this is going to get funny, right? Like, it was decent, like, haha, but then, like, it gets into laugh out loud. Just, there's a scene that, like, I was like, holy shit, and then I laughed out loud. This was awesome. I think I gave this 4 stars. I highly recommend this. I'm actually going to upgrade this come Black Friday to 4K. That's how good it was. I'm going to get rid of my regular blue that I haven't even watched. I watched the code. But it's worth a 4K upgrade. That's how good this is. I can't wait to rewatch this already. Just kind of knowing what I know and sitting down and not having expectations this time. Just, I'm excited to rewatch this already. Stuber was awesome, man. If you get a chance, watch this. Probably one of my favorite R-rated comedies in a long time. Definitely the one I don't think I've seen many or any this year, but definitely my favorite of this year, comedy-wise. Fucker. My shit's falling. And then next we watched, next was Tuesday, which Tuesday, if you pay attention, was the 5th of November. So I finally sat down and I watched V for Vendetta, because remember the 5th of November. And wife and I sat down and watched it. I didn't know it was 2.5 hours, but whatever. And super crazy, all over the place movie. It took me a second to get in and get to, like, okay, this is what this is. This is what that is. Like British Parliament, and just kind of like settling in and enjoying it. But like, once you pay attention and once you get a feel for the movie, once you're about 20-30 minutes in, you start paying attention. The storyline is so interesting. I really liked the V character. I liked some of the directions they went. Some of them I didn't. It's not an excellent film. I think I gave that one 4 stars too. But man, towards the end, like, it was weirdly good. Like, I was like, man, that was good. I could see why. And my best friends always watch this on November 5th. Like, every year he watches this film. And this year I was like, you know what? I have it digitally. I'm gonna pop it in. And yeah, I don't regret it. I can't wait to watch it next year already. And I believe that is all the films I watched. So that's all the films I watched. Next up, we got some cool stuff here. The first one I'm just going to show was a blind buy from Walmart. I saw this on an end cap, and I've wanted to watch this movie since I've seen the trailer. It looks weirdly interesting. My cats are beating the shit out of each other. Brothers, picked this up. If anyone wants this thing to see midway, apparently that movie's dog shit, by the way. Let me know. I think up to $8 off. So yeah, Brothers, this was on an end cap for $5. Tobey Maguire, Natalie Portman, Jake Gyllenhaal. Obviously sealed, but $5 on Blu-ray. They also had a DVD for $5. Who would do that? So I can't wait to watch that. Next up is from Cards Against Humanity, which is a board game. I don't know if you guys follow that. I've posted, I think, one other video on my channel about that. They released 2 expansion packs Tuesday. 2 expansion packs Tuesday. I went ahead and bought both. It's a card game, and I like to keep up on the expansion packs because I'm a completist and a collector, if you haven't noticed. First up, we have the Ass Pack, which was personally endorsed by Sir Mix-a-Lot. and Best of the 2000s. So some nostalgia there. Jesus. Fucking cats. And the next thing, I'm so glad I saved this best for last. I got this today. I wasn't expecting it. Showed up on my doorstep. I have 6 Mill Creek titles. I don't know what order I want to show these in. Let's do the DVDs first. 6 titles. I think these are all November releases. I think some of them are out already. Yeah, so let's go with the DVDs first. I don't know anything about these two. Everything else. Oh, there's a couple I don't know. So, 6 titles from Mill Creek. This box is heavy. This stuff's awesome. I can't wait. I requested all of the Christmas stuff because my wife is a sucker for Christmas, and I have an excuse to watch a Christmas movie with her, and a review title. So the first one we got was Elfat Saves Christmas. So, starring nobody I've ever heard of. So hopefully this is okay. I can't say anything else about it. It's a DVD. I doubt it'll make the shelf, but hey. Next up, Christmas on the Range. DVD and digital. No one I've heard of. This one's cool. I like the digital part for the movie Spree Redemption. So it can make the shelf without actually making the shelf. Like I said, it's really hard to do. It's not really hard. I shouldn't say that because then these will be bad. I can't imagine a terrible Christmas movie because my wife likes the Hallmark crap, and that's bottom of the barrel, I think, personally. I don't know if I should show this next thing next. I will, because it's technically a DVD. We have the new re-release / new packaging of the King of Queens, the complete series on DVD. This thing is crazy. It's thick. It's heavy. It's coming undone already. I opened this to check out the packaging, which stay tuned because we'll have to talk about that. The complete series of the King of Queens on DVD. I was hoping to get the Blu-ray, but oh well. So awesome. If you guys don't watch the show, one of my favorite shows of all time. I actually have the old release in there. It's aging, and it's on the top of my shelf, and it's fallen a couple times. Anyway, so this is a welcome replacement. The next 2 things are... these are definitely released. I think these released this Tuesday. I tip the camera every time. It's annoying. Let's go alphabetical. We have Ultraman Greed. This is the series plus the movie plus the digital. This thing, it's a 6-disc set. It's huge and it's fucking heavy, man. Like, they must have just jam-packed this full of stuff. I haven't opened it yet. What are you doing? Jeez, it's like a circus. All 25 episodes plus the movie of Ultraman Greed. So, pretty cool there. This looks way cooler than the 2 Ultramans I've already reviewed. So I can't wait. And this comes with the digital too, so you can keep up your Ultraman set without having to take up much shelf room. But that takes up 1 Blu-ray. This is so cool. And not to be outdone, hold on. Ultraman Orb. Apparently the complete series and movie. All 25 episodes plus the movie again. This one again, like, look at that top thing. That looks dope. I don't know anything I think there's a bug. I don't know anything about this. Even in comparison to the stuff I've already reviewed. And this looks cool. Again, dude, this shit's heavy. Is this one open? Nope. This is heavy. Like, this is jam-packed with 6 discs from Mill Creek and a digital code. So check these out. Put them both up. Look at that. Look at those. Craziness. So, cool beans there. And this next thing, man. I've had some pretty cool things come to me from Mill Creek. And this one's... I don't think it's worth as much as like the Community set or the Rescue Me set. Even this King of Queens set. But this one's so cool. I want to check this out so bad for several reasons. And I was like, man, if I only get 1 title in November, December, 1 title's got to be this title. And if you know me, you probably guess what it is. It's Santa with motherfucking muscles, dog. Santa with muscles on Blu-ray with Hulk Hogan. I've never seen this or heard this, and it looks... doesn't look very good. But I'm pretty sure that's Mila Kunis right there. And there's the man, the myth, the legend, Hulk Hogan. I don't. It'd be really hard for me not to love this and keep this in my collection. Muscle bound Blake Thorne, famed wrestler Hulk Hogan, with his just horse cock. But anyway, Santa with muscles there. Man, I'm so excited. I already opened this. You know, that's how excited I was. I was like, oh, is it one disc? Is it DVD? The Blu-ray and the digital. So, again, awesome that it's on movie spree. So, let's check out this package. Oh, God. Sorry. Dead air. My fucking... At least I'm not balding or some shit. Should have prepared better. Look at that. Santa with Muscles, 2 Ultraman, 6 disc set, a fucking 22 disc combo for the King of Queens, which you can see spilling out, and 2 Christmas DVDs. Mill Creek with the absolute hookup, man. Oh my gosh. So excited. Like this stuff alone, man, is so fucking heavy. And it's Santa with Muscles. Santa with Muscles. I hope that movie's not horrible. I hope I'm not like fucking so excited and it's just like... Hopefully Hogan's actually in it. I think he is, based on what I've read in his autobiographies and etc. In the timing of, you know, when the movie came out versus where he was filming wise. I can guess which one it is, because I haven't read that autobiography since I was in 6th grade. So, man, just a crazy video, a crazy week. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to Mill Creek. I hope you saw this. I hope you quote me on something as saying Santa with motherfucking muscles. That would be cool. Cards Against Humanity, a ton of stuff from Mill Creek, Brothers. I watched all 6 Terminator movies. All 6 Terminator movies this week, this vlog. Didn't eat any food. Well, that's not true. I ate food. I just didn't for you guys. Hopefully this goes up early Sunday so you can enjoy it, or it could go up late and you can watch this right before Rick and Morty. Make sure to check out Rick and Morty tonight. It's back, season 4, motherfucker. I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna watch a ton of movies, I'm sure, after we go grocery shopping. But thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Please comment too. You know what you thought of the haul, what you thought of, I don't know, the shenanigans. I didn't do much this week. I think I went to Goodwill twice. That was about it. You know, what you thought of the haul, what you thought of the movies, your personal ranking of the Terminator movies. Let me know that. That would be cool. I don't complain, but I'd like to compare. Like, oh, okay, obviously people are going to like T1 and T2 the best. And if you like Dark Fate the best, what are you doing with your life? Just stop. That's for the viewer. This up. Thank you so much for watching. And something just happened. I might have to merge these. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you later, YouTube.